I like that I got two people waiting. I already got two thumbs up and I haven't even spoken. Well, now I've spoken, but at the time I hadn't. I'm wearing some jeans, trying to trick myself into getting out the door a little bit. Woke up a few times during the night kind of feeling like I was drowning a little bit. Just dealing with little remnants of a cold. And my head was all runny and it's hard to breathe. Sunday morning. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. Good morning, Fred Hinkle. Got some snow out there. I'll probably show it to you in a little bit because we got people from Australia that watch and have never seen snow. According to Julie Flanagan, they don't get snow in Wisconsin. We got some snow yesterday, not like a crazy amount. They were saying like 12 to 16 inches. It looks like nice, but it's probably, I'd guess, I don't even know if we got 6 inches here. Maybe it was 12 to 16 inches in Illinois, where my daughters live, and we're going to be driving back to school today. Or maybe the forecast changed, but I think the weather report is the news a little bit, and I think negative or big news sells. And if they have weather reports saying it's going to snow 4 or 5 inches, you know, we might tune in because we like watching the weather. But if they get a weather report that says 12 to 16 inches of snow, we all tune in because it seems like we're living in a natural disaster almost. Tell you what's a disaster is that I still got a cold. I don't think you guys feel sorry for me at all. Probably not at all. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I don't even really feel sorry for myself. I don't. I did a Jedi mind trick today, and it's my morning's just beginning. I've only had enough energy to put on a pair of jeans and get my coffee started. But I stubbed my toe. It wasn't one of those life-shattering stubbing of toes, but it was painful on my bedpost. And I took a couple hobbles, and then between gritted teeth, said, "Thank you, God, for stubbing my toe." Again, it's a Jedi mind trick. If we could get to that point with various surprises that come across our lives, I think we could really have a good life. Opal said, we got a lot of snow. You're supposed to get 10 to 12 when it ends. Opal, you'll get like 4. Julie Flanagan does feel sorry for me. Thank you, Julie Flanagan. I needed a little empathy or sympathy or something today. Was thinking about working out. Was thinking about going to church. Probably still could. I got a lot of energy. I'm still sitting in bed. It's just because I'm not that excited about the coffee. That's horrible when you have a coffee with Kensho and you have a cold. And the coffee doesn't even sound that good. Good morning, Jim Rat. Good morning, Heather. Well, we don't want to just sit here, do we? I tell you, I started this show 6.5 years ago, and I was going through a lot and like emotionally feeling like I was being ripped apart a little bit. The last week, there's still some stuff going on. Don't get me wrong. But I don't feel like emotionally ripped apart so much. It's funny that all this could be just aspiring to do nothing, to be okay doing nothing, to just sitting here looking outside the window going, huh, to quieting our minds. Huh. Speaking of quieting, I hear the coffee maker grumbling. Sounds like an old man's tummy who's hungry. Let's go get some coffee. Although I'm not really feeling it. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Although I thank God for stubbing my toe a little bit today. Oh, I gotta shut my drawer. I can't do this. This is just a toe stubbing hazard. Bruh, what's going on? I brag about the Actually, this wasn't from the Restore. Oh. Oh no. My drawer's off tracks. My drawer is off the tracks. Oh. This is not what I wanted this morning, but there must be a reason. Okay. I don't know, it doesn't feel right. Again, this wasn't a Restore purchase. This wasn't a Restore purchase. This doesn't feel right at all. I'll get it all the way out. This is supposed to be coffee with Ken. It could be. Let's see, what's going on? I just don't feel things are right at all with this drawer. To be honest, this dresser's never been that right. I've never loved it. It was free, so it was good for that. But the drawers never slid in correctly. Might be time to go to Restore again. What do you think about that? Get myself a little dresser. Now I'm slightly annoyed. Thank you, God, for giving me some annoyed feelings and a faulty. Well, I can't struggle with this forever. But it'd be hard for me to do my coffee show. It would be hard for me to do my coffee show. You know what I mean? I always feel like I'm ripping this drawer out. Again, it hasn't been working right ever. Okay, we'll try and get it back in at least so I don't crush my toe on the way in. Well, I mean, it's not good. Let me assure you, it's not good. But at least, it's not sliding right, but to be honest, they never slid right. I always had to lift up a drawer to shut it. Okay, I'm gonna trick myself. I'm gonna put on my watch. I'm ready to go. Look at me, I've got jeans on. I'm even gonna pop on my belt. I must be feeling good this morning. It'd be so easy just to head outside and have a glorious day. Because I'm feeling so well. And I'm almost dressed. If you can count jeans and t-shirt as almost dressed. But, I'm here in Wisconsin. This is formal wear in Wisconsin. You go any fancier than this to a job interview. Woman like Julie Flanagan's going, whoa there, soldier. Where do you think you're going? You're only going to a job interview. Get that t-shirt back on. This is what a snow-plowed parking lot looks like. This is kind of I live right downtown, I'm telling you. My view, I mean, I love my view. I have huge windows, but the main buildings I see are these backs of these buildings that for some reason have no windows. You got a lot more snow, did you? Yeah, I think there's, maybe because Appleton's so close to Winnebago County or Lake Winnebago, it pushed all the snow away. Winnebago. Don't get me started. The thing's only 3 feet deep. It might be the biggest inland waterway in America, but it's only 3 feet deep. You could walk right across it. I've seen kids playing water volleyball in the middle, going, what the heck? How am I gonna catch fish in here? How am I gonna catch fish? Maybe there'll be no more snow. Through here, no. Where am I gonna sit? Well, we might as well sit at my table. Might as well sit at my table. I was waiting tables last night, and I came across some extremely spiritual people. They wore their Christianity on their sleeve like nobody's business. Hold on here. Hold on. Gonna get my water. You don't want me getting dehydrated, do you? Every time I went to the table or by the table, they were talking about Jesus or the Bible or church. So I go, well, let me find out what they're talking about. And apparently one of the guys there, Oshkosh has a Christian music fest called, I don't even know what it's called, like Life. I don't know what it's called, but it's held in July. And it's a big deal. And I think one of the guys at my dinner might have been like an organizer or maybe the organizer for that. And he was a pastor at a local Christian church. Yeah, it's Life Fest. You're right, Julie. And apparently, I don't know, this guy's like world traveled and talks to Kenya and people all over about Christianity. And I think he was a pretty big wig. At the end of dinner, by the way, he held my hand and said a prayer. I felt like I was really included. It was kind of nice. But not only that, they gave me, look at this guy, a little pocket Jesus. So you always have a little Jesus with you. I mean, it's almost hilarious, but it's almost kind of cool. A little reminder. I don't know what Jesus is doing here. He's just kind of going, hey there, hey. There he is again. Yeah, so it's kind of nice. It says, Jesus loves you. He's a little rubber. I go, is it okay to put him in your pocket? And they go, oh yeah, that's what he's for. So I was going to put him out on my window. Maybe I'll just put him here. I'm a little worried by the candle. He might fall in the candle. I'm going to put him here. So if anyone comes on my show and goes, hey, what's that little figurine right on the table? That's my little pocket Jesus. They sell those on TikTok. I mean, it'd probably be sacrilegious, but I wonder how much what a great idea, a great marketing idea. It seems kind of like Christianity's kind of almost popular now, and maybe it's just my biased opinion because I go to a Christian church. And I don't know. Apparently, I have Christian people come to dinner. Oh, let me tell you. I'm walking by the table once last night, and a woman asked me, "So you love the Lord?" And that felt a little more than I wanted to dive into. So I was going, well, I'm on a spiritual journey. But it was nice being able to walk by and tell them how I'm reading the Bible cover to cover. They told me about all these apps that make the reading easier and that I could read the Bible right on my phone. And then I go, you kids, you don't even remember what it was like. And keep in mind, they were all about 10 years older than me. I said, when I was a kid, we actually read books and newspapers. And I like holding the Bible. But no, these boomers all held up their phone and said, here, you can get the Bible right here. Get on this app. This is how I do it. And I'm like, no, I prefer to touch the parchment that is the paper. Yeah. But anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It's Sunday morning. It is 7:33 a.m. It is November 30th. Happy Sunday. It's a little show I've done for quite some time. Oh, I told my Christian table about it. They were excited. They were excited about the ability I would have with my audience to spread the word. I go, well, I talk about faith a fair bit on my show. My way of doing it isn't as direct, where I'm beating anybody over the head and telling you that Jesus loves you. I kind of do it from my own experience and just kind of share. Probably drips in on you. Did I have a good Thanksgiving? I'm doing my intro, but I did have a very nice Thanksgiving. Went down and saw my daughters and my nieces and nephews and my brother-in-law, and he hosted it at his house. So it was crowded, but it was nice, and the food was good, and the pie was plentiful. Let me tell you. They had the spray bottle of the whipped cream. I mean, I like the foaminess, but I'll tell you what I really like is the tub of Cool Whip. But I would never mention that while there. But yeah, no, it's nice. And then we stayed in a hotel, and my daughters and two of my nieces, and I got a pull-out bed or a fold-a-bed. Kind of took up the whole room, but it was still nice. Kind of a little mini vacation, if you will. And got back on Friday night and had a long day at work yesterday. Yeah. So anyway, again, it's a show about me talking and sharing some feelings and sharing a little bit about life. Kind of sharing some ups and downs, some funny little stories. I feel bad. My mini Jesus is blocked out by my coffee cup. There he is. There is my mini Jesus. He's waving at you guys. He's saying, I love you. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. You know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I'm sorry, coffee, I was wishing you were tea today. Sorry, it's a morning of confession. I was in bed going, boy, I wish I had some tea packs and a tea kettle today. If I did, I might not leave the house. I might just hang out. It'd be hard not leaving the house. I still don't have my internet. I think the day before Thanksgiving, we had a power outage. And I bet you somewhere in this building, wherever they keep the router, has got a little flashing light, and nobody has internet. I've been spoiled with my YouTube fireplace. I do not have my YouTube fireplace or any access to internet on the TV. How can I stream on a day when I'm feeling under the weather and stay inside? Maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe that's why I'm wearing jeans and my fancy interview t-shirt. But anyway, good morning, Narinder. As I was saying, excuse me, it's a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I am so excited to have my first sip. And for me, a fairly late hour. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Well, again, I think when you have a cold, your taste buds almost go on strike. And I sip this coffee, and maybe it's just because my nose is really, cheers, Joey, is really plugged. I can't taste it quite as much as I'd like. It's the pumpkin spice, though. I'm sure it's delicious. I'm sure that it is delicious. I chose the pumpkin spice. I thought maybe the fruit and the spiciness would be good for my cold. Vader Cakes, it's a wireless internet connection. It's not through the phone line or anything. Yeah, no, there's something out with the router. Again, it was connected to we had a power outage in the area, and my clocks were on my stove and microwave were not at the right time when I got home. And that next time I tried to get on the TV, my internet wasn't working. And I look on my phone and I can't find I don't even know, the Wi-Fi channel. So it's definitely that. Yeah, but again, it was Thanksgiving weekend. You're right. When you say get on it, I bet you it's just like pushing a button on the router that's in the office, but nobody's there. Let's see. How we all doing today? Moonshine, hold on, with a heavy quilt will do you better. Well, I don't know. Everyone has all these weird remedies for a cold. Somebody asked me if it's getting better. It's moving down the path, and kind of part of the path, again, whereas I woke up and I felt like I was drowning because my nose and my mouth and my chest was all. But I think that's part of the healing process. I mean, I'm okay. I'm just not enjoying my hot tea as much. I might not have the motivation to go work out today. Part of me wonders if sitting in a hot steam with like menthol would be good. Just seems like a germ fest, though. It's probably what all those men in there, those nearly naked men are doing in that steam bath. Sweating out the booze they drank last night or the germs they have in their bodies. I had a buddy that had a one-man sauna. He said he and his wife had gotten in it together, but I certainly wouldn't have wanted another human being in that little sauna. down in his basement. And I went in there and sat for like 45 minutes. I'm not sure my thoughts. Part of me thought it was kind of neat. I mean, it was definitely kind of neat. But part of me thought it was some like torture chamber. Peter Bean says, connect my phone to my TV. I think I would run out of data in about 15 seconds if I did that. Plus, it's probably doing me some good not to be able to hook up to the internet on my phone or on my TV. I mean, I don't know that it's doing me any good, but I don't think stubbing my toe this morning was doing me any good either. But I still thank God for it. Do you guys? Is anybody just hopping on and wondering what this little figurine's doing down here? If anybody's curious what this little figurine's doing, your husband uses his hot tub. Oh, would today be a good day for a hot tub? 55. With the snow and the cold weather, I would love to sit in the hot tub today. Where am I right now? I am right now at my kitchen table. Speaking of the kitchen table, this and the dresser were not purchased by me. I had a buddy that owned a hotel that I was staying at when I first came here. He had an apartment building with a bunch of stuff and said, hey, come on by. Take what you need from the basement. I mean, this table's fairly adequate for one man, or even three. I don't need a big table. I would like a better dresser, though. I'm not in love with my dresser. Somebody from New Zealand hopped on. Do I look like anybody that means something to you, person from New Zealand? Do I look like your prime minister? I hear that I do. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well, thank you. Hello from India, how are you? Person from India, do you have a British accent as well? I mean, India was I guess a colony of Britain at one point. For some reason, yesterday during my show, I just realized Narinder was a woman about 2 days ago. And then she said she's grew up in Britain, and I'm picturing she's an Indian woman with a British accent, and I thought what a lovely combination that would be. Yes, our Prime Minister, yeah. That's what I hear, I look like him. Narinder, who I just professed my love to, has a day off and is watching Columbo reruns on Sunday. I mean, part of me thinks that's pretty cool that Narinder from Britain is spending her Sunday watching Columbo reruns. I don't know that I ever loved Columbo, but I bet if I watched it again, he wasn't the MD. That was, who was that? Oscar Goldstein was the MD. Felix and Oscar, the actor. What did Columbo? He was a detective. And he kind of fumbled his way through, but also was pretty astute. Did I get a lot of snow? I mean, we got snow. I mean, you're looking at a parking lot that is plowed. But there's not like huge mountains of snow at the end of the parking lot where it was plowed. I'll bet you we got 4 to 6 inches or something like that. 55 says, so much snow where she is, it's still snowing. Trapper John MD. No, that was something different. That was something different. He wasn't a medical doctor. What was the name of the show? All right, let's figure it out. He was like not a mortician. He was the guy that like examined the dead bodies and solved clues or solved crimes. And it was played by Oscar. Do you remember Oscar? Like Quincy. Quincy, was that Quincy? No, not Bones. It was a long time ago. And it was played by the guy that played Oscar. Okay, everyone's saying Quincy, so it must have been. What was he, a medical examiner? And what was the actor's name? Yes, Quincy Jones. Not Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones. Jack Klugman. Thank you. It was Jack Klugman. Yeah. I think he was in a episode of Twilight Zone as well, Jack Klugman. It's weird if you watch that show, and it's a good show. But you'll see actors that have done many other things be on the Twilight Zone. Good morning, his and her landscaping. Did I watch the Brady Bunch? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I watched the Brady Bunch. I mean, I don't know that I watched it more than anybody, but I think it was right in my wheelhouse. The years and the reruns were probably at their peak during my childhood. Rebecca says she watched every episode. I'm sure I have the first, although every now and again, like you'll see one and you'll go, wow, I've never actually seen this. I saw one, I think, where maybe the Bradys went on like their first honeymoon or something like that. And I maybe have only seen it once. Or even the one where they come home, like the very first one, and Tiger knocks the cake, or Mr. Brady catches the cake. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but Mr. Brady goes, "Oh, Mike, the cake!" And Mr. Brady runs and gets to the end of the table as the cake slides down and hits him in the face. Oh, yeah, The Odd Couple. Thank you. It was The Odd Couple that Felix and Oscar were in. And Jack Klugman played Quincy, who was a medical examiner. Do you know why we're talking about this? We're talking about this because Narinder is hanging out on Sunday watching Columbo reruns. Rockford Files. Oh. Yeah, that was a good show, though, the Brady Bunch. Saw something about the Partridge Family, which came out right after, kind of on the heels of the Monkees craze. And the Monkees was a huge show at the late 60s. Might have only been on 2 or 3 seasons, but still a huge, huge show. And they brought the Partridge Family on the heels of that. I'm not sure why, other than the groovy clothes and the colorful scenes. But I saw something about Shirley Jones, I think, is still alive. She's 91. Don't know if you guys remember Shirley Jones. But David Cassidy, how big of a heartthrob he was in the 70s, and how hard it was for him to want to be considered a serious musician when he was kind of so adored by the whole world, especially teenage girls, um, for this role he played on the Partridge Family. And he knew that wasn't who he was. Uh, and he wanted to be a serious musician, and added pressure to his life. And he died like 8 years ago from alcohol and dementia, apparently. Yeah. You thought David Cassidy was old. He probably was like 18 years old or something, or 20 then. David Cassidy was your sister's first crush. Yeah, no, apparently he was a really, and I mean, I was a kid in the 70s and maybe vaguely remember that. I think there was a Sean Cassidy. Was that his brother? I'm assuming it was. Yeah. Somebody said that Columbo was clever. He'd be leaving and he'd come back and go, just one more thing. And he'd crack the code. Have I ever been to New Zealand? No, I haven't. I'll tell you what, my daughter Erin is going to be in Thailand in like a month. I'm not ready for it. Life's tough that way. Things go quickly in life. And it seemed just yesterday she was running cross country at junior high, and now she's going to be going to Thailand in a month to, I don't know, work on elephants. Seems like a big trip. Wish I could go with her. She doesn't want me to go with her. She'd probably like a visit from her dad, but she certainly wants to go on her own, I'm sure, and experience international world travel and whatever awaits in Thailand. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Target acquired. I'm not sure what you mean. Opal says Sean Cassidy was a half brother. Well, that makes sense. Somebody said, this is my first holiday without your dad, and your mom's health is declining, hence me being here trying to get my mind off it. Well, welcome. Yeah, no, I mean, it's such a part of life, losing our parents. And I'm already, most of my friends have lost a parent, if not both already. And pretty soon I'm going to get to the phase of life where I'm losing friends. And I mean, I've lost a few friends, but it's the exception rather than the rule. Certainly gone through the losing siblings phase and parents. AJ hopped on. Hold on, let's take a little bit of Jesus break. There you go. That's all you need. Just a little bit of Jesus in your Sunday morning. What do I have planned this Sunday? I mean, really nothing. I don't work today, which is good. I kind of have a cold. I'm probably going to go to church. I'm probably not going to catch the 8:30 service, although I do like the 8:30 service. When I go, I feel like I'm ahead of the game, and people start coming in for the 10:30 service, and I watch them with a little bit of judgment. Oh yeah, I know the Bible says don't judge, but we're all sinners. So I judge and go, I got here ahead of you. Oh, the Lord's not important enough to wake up for earlier on Sunday. You're one of those Christians that barely creeps in. No, that's not what I do. But I sit there and I smile at people and just kind of enjoy the good vibes that is church, and families carrying little ones and taking them to the child care room. And there's just such a nice buzz at church. And I posted a video about that yesterday that I think is a good video. I had a viewer talking a couple months ago on my show how they don't go to church, but they pray, and they don't need to go to church. And I totally agree. But I paralleled it to, you don't need to go to the gym to work out. But for me, I get a little extra inspiration going to the gym, and it's a little motivating to do. Just kind of like going to church. I could sit and read the Bible or pray all day in my apartment. But there's a human side to church that I find extremely appealing. And just gathering as a community means a lot to me. Somebody, his and her landscaping, wants me to bring my little baby Jesus. It's not a baby Jesus. Don't get confused with the Jesus from, I don't know, a Will Ferrell movie where he prays to baby Jesus. This is not baby Jesus. This is a little Jesus. But anyway, his and her landscaping wants me to go to church, be on my live, and bring out this little Jesus and show the person next to me on a live video. While that might be funny, I don't know. I don't feel real comfortable having my camera on somebody unless I get their approval beforehand, especially put them on the spot in church. They'll be deep in prayer and I'll go, I'll have the little Jesus tap on their shoulder. Hello, hello, I love you. Going to church helps reaffirm faith in God. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it does for you. For me, it almost reaffirms faith in people, just because I see other people doing it. Julie, do you happen to know the organizer of the Life Fest down in Oshkosh, Wisconsin? Hey, AJ. Thank you so much, AJ. Sent me $1.99. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. I should get a little more coffee. It's only 8 o'clock. I'm probably not going to go to the 8:30 service. This is, by the way, I'm pretty excited that I have a Sunday off. I've worked the last several Sundays and haven't been able to go to church. So it feels good that I can. Okay. I kind of think the guy that I was there, I think he's the pastor at like Christ the Rock Church here in Appleton or something. I'm feeling he's a big person in the friend he was with saying, no, he's not one of the founders. He is the founder or something like that. He was sitting there and wasn't bragging about it. But again, I think he's a pretty big person. He was just talking about going around the world, doing his thing. And again, he liked my story. He prayed and said, although Ken's been through some challenges, help him get through it. And I go, oh, I'm barely giving you the tip of the iceberg, sir. Do I like bananas? Okay. So is this mini Jesus kind of popular? His and her landscaping? Does anybody on my stream, I don't remember what his name was. I don't think it was Bob Lentz though. He was a very tall man with blonde hair. He looked kind of like a beach bum, a little bit. I don't even think he'd be offended because he had kind of like Sammy Hagar looking hair. And he was very tall. I look so nice. How am I, honey? Well, thank you. I wonder if that's a person from like a different country that said that. Because it's funny, because somebody said, "You look very nice. How are you, honey?" And that would be easy to do when you don't like know English as a first language, to call somebody honey or whatever and go, well, that might be more of a term of endearment than you might want to use with some guy you just came across on a live video. Although I appreciate the sentiment, but it'd be easy to do. Like, I think I know Spanish fairly well, and I probably use kind of the wrong word from time to time where I'm, if you're a native speaker, you're going, well, yeah, that kind of means the same thing, but it's kind of different. Hello from China. How are you today? Somebody said, how do I remember the hair? Because I don't have any. I think I just noticed things. I think I'm ridiculously observant. I think I got that from my mom. It'd be so embarrassing. We'd be sitting at dinner and she'd be eyeballing the table next to us and kind of leaning over, trying to hear what they're saying and making sure they're good parents, and say, I should call DCFS on them. DCFS was like District Child and Family Services or something. It was embarrassing. Mom, just leave them alone. They're just having dinner. They're having a disagreement. Stop eavesdropping. But I think I got that gene from my mom. And I notice things. And when women slightly color their hair or get a little cut, I notice. I usually make a joke saying, well, I don't have any hair, so I pay attention to others. But I don't really think it's that. Nothing going on over here, guys. There's just a little Jesus in this morning's show. Yeah. Wait, what does this say? Do you love candles? Do I love candles? Yeah. As much as you can love something. I really enjoy candles. I think fire's pretty neat. I think the aroma they create is really nice. I think there's something peaceful to candles. Yeah. Julie, I'm not sure if the guy's name is Bob Lenz, but he was a tall guy with blonde hair and a very nice man. And I think he's something important with that fest. And I can't remember what his name was. And I think he might be the pastor of Christ the Rock Church, but I'm not sure. I don't know. It was a very Christian conversation. Sometimes I had to peel myself away going, I have to go check on these other tables. I'll be back. And that's when they started digging. Oh, by the way, and again, I think it's important. And these people, especially the woman, it was somebody's birthday there. She wanted me to, again, be reading the app so I could get these educated biblical scholars' opinions on the words that I'm reading. And I feel pretty strong about it. I go, I don't want any interpretation on my first reading of the Bible. I don't want somebody's opinion of what these words mean. I really don't. I don't want man's opinions of this. I'm reading the Bible to experience it kind of on my own. I assume the words should stand on their own a little bit. And yeah, I'm not saying maybe as you dig deeper, Julie, and you go to Bible study, it'd be nice for a bunch of levels. But I want to be displeased with the book of Numbers chapter 7. And let me tell you, I was telling my table about it, and they were laughing, and they got on their phones and looked up chapter 7, the book of Numbers. And I'll tell you, that is not all of you, I dare you. Just try and read one chapter today. The book of Numbers, chapter 7. If you have 15 minutes that you absolutely want to pull your hair out reading, read the book of Numbers, chapter 7. I don't think there could be a more tedious read in the history of writing. Good morning, Ron. How are you today? I'm going to get a little more coffee. We have what I would best describe as a glorious audience. Why? Okay, somebody hopped on and said, greetings from a Syrian living in Ireland. I just wonder about things like, I wonder why you hop on and that's what you lead with. And I'm not bothered by it at all, the Syrian that's living in Ireland, but I think we identify ourselves with certain things. And again, I'm trying to let go of my identity as a twice divorced dad. So I guess we all identify ourselves as certain things. And I guess you identify yourself as your nationality and where you're located. Allie is dropping in to boost a few views and vanish again. Is Allie really an AI person? I doubt it. If you're an AI person, you wouldn't really label yourself as an AI person, would you? I'm a little concerned. But see, as soon as I get concerned, do you see what we got going on down here? I'm going to give my concern. I'm going to be sad if I ever lose this guy. I'm starting to love having him around. Hello, I love you. Happy Sunday. What would Jesus do? I heard an ambulance out there and I asked my little Jesus, what would Jesus do? He goes, honestly, I was watching The Chosen and Jesus walked by some guys getting crucified. He didn't like it a whole heck of a lot, but he didn't do anything drastic or even have that big of a reaction. Good morning, Kevin from Nebraska. Wait, hold on. You retracted your message, Allie. I was reading it. And you were talking about Numbers chapter 22. What a teaser. I'm not there. I just read chapter 16 in the book of Numbers yesterday. I'm right on the cusp. But that's still 3 days away. Somebody says Jesus makes us smile and those that see him smile. Yeah, he's hilarious. Hello. You even make little Jesus voices. Hello, I'm little Jesus. I'm going to get a little more coffee because it's 8:11 and I don't know what else I'm going to do, but get a little more coffee. Oh, starting to feel a little better. But you can tell I'm not 100% because this is just my second cup of coffee today. For those that have been watching a while, you know I'd be past just a little bit of coffee, my second cup today. Let's see. Jesus isn't busy doing other things. Jesus is right here. Jesus is all around us. Just think how much this little baby Jesus has struck up conversation about Christianity today. Tea with lemon and honey would help if I have a cold. Yeah, but I don't have tea, lemon, or honey. So I'm out of luck as far as that goes. Somebody said hydrogen peroxide in your ears. Everyone has little cold secrets, what to do if they have a cold. Am I law enforcement? No. I'm a rule follower, but I'm certainly not a rule enforcer. I don't like confrontation. I try and get along with everybody, and even pulling somebody over. If I had to pull out somebody over to give them a ticket, I'd probably apologize. I'm sorry. It's my job. How about I just give you a warning and you drive a little safer from now on? I do that all the time. I don't know if they're really pulling people over to raise revenue for the city, but I'd probably give way too many warnings that I'd get in trouble, and I'd feel bad if for ticketing people. Good morning, Stevie K official. Well, you guys are loving on Rebecca. What'd she say? I'm gonna have to read that. All right, we'll read it. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray for Ken that you would heal him from the inside out. Through Jesus Christ our Lord, I pray, amen. Wow, Rebecca, that's nice. Good morning, Stevie K official. How are you? I hope you're well this morning. Do you know who this Stevie K official is? Can you tell? Do you see what I'm pointing at down here? Do you know what that is? Let me know if you do, Stevie K. And if you've been in our conversation already, I'm just wondering. He's hilarious. You know what I mean? He's hilarious. I was a little skeptical. I was just thinking one more piece of stuff that I wouldn't want. But you're right, he does make me laugh. And laughter's probably a good thing. You made fried frog legs and grits and eggs this morning. Huh. I've never actually heard somebody at home. I've eaten frog legs. I mean, it seems like such a weird thing to eat. Come to think of it. But you actually prepared frog legs. And I'm sorry if you're from the South and that's what you eat. But you actually fried up some frog legs at home? Yeah, no, it did sound good. But, I mean, seriously, I've never heard of somebody actually preparing frog legs at home. I would guess that would be a deep South thing. Somebody in the bayou. Somebody said you're having your second cup of coffee. Well, welcome. $4 a pound in New York City? Oh, in Little Italy. Okay, yeah. Italians eat interesting things like real Italians. I again dated an Italian girl, I don't know, 30 years ago, and her dad, I think, was from Italy or first generation for sure. And I remember him talking about like eating horse. $4 a pound. Think how many frog legs. Think of all the loss of. I mean, are these frogs like grown on a frog farm? Somebody said I would make a great officer, police officer. I'd pull them over and give them good advice and send them on their way. You'd always approach them with a warm, hot cup of coffee in my hand. Yeah, I mean, I like that. It's kind of like a Mr. Rogers meets becomes a cop sort of thing. Hello, hello there. But I don't know that a cop's job, that might be a different sort of job altogether. I look like a fireman. I appreciate that. You ate horse in the army and they served you horse meat. Yeah, no, I hear people eating horse. I ate moose the other day. I didn't like it. It was too chewy. Somebody says I need a Hugh Hefner smoking jacket. By the way, I had a very nice bathrobe that I lost in my second divorce. It was actually a gift for my second wife. It was a very nice bathrobe. If you rewind into deep old Coffee with Ken's, I'm sure there's some with me wearing a bathrobe. I no longer have that bathrobe. Sometimes I'll FaceTime my children and I'll see my ex-wife wearing my bathrobe. I just let it go. I don't say anything about it. I look like a guidance counselor. Well, little Jimmy, was it nice of you to pull Susie's hair? Maybe going forward, when we're playing on the recess, we should try a little harder to be nice. Sorry, that's just my guidance counselor. I guess I'm a guidance counselor in elementary school. Do they have guidance counselors in elementary? I think I could have been cool as like a counselor at high school. Going, do you really want to go to college? Maybe you do. What do you really like to do? Yeah, your dad wants you to be a brain surgeon, but you like working on cars? To heck with your dad's advice. Don't tell him I said that. Why don't you get a job working as a mechanic somewhere if that's really your passion? Then I got an angry call. Bah, 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 bah. We have a long lineage of brain surgeons in my family. Now my son's changing oil at the Jiffy Lube. How dare you? Somebody says, nothing better than a nice robe. Yeah, I like that sound too. They like horse meat in France. Horse is too muscly. It's not that good. Bear either. It's too tough. Not good meat. Yeah, no, moose, same thing. Again, I think it was God punishing me. I was choked on it. Got stuck in my esophagus. It's a scary feeling. Let's see. Vegetarian, everything that lives and breathes deserves a life. I mean, all right, you're a vegetarian here, but you're a vegetarian not for necessarily health reasons, but for like animal rights sort of reasons, and that's okay. But I do believe, like cows, I mean, before man, were there cows? Did somehow man like bioengineer big fat beasts that barely move, that aren't, that present really no danger, that we can eat, that make great hamburger? I mean, could there have been cows? Do you know what I mean? Like living in nature? It's almost hard to imagine a cow living in nature. You could say like a bison is kind of cow-like. Uh, Somebody's suggesting I sell my car to save the world? Is it because it's a Kia Soul? We have a glorious audience today. We got 51 people watching. We got 56 thumbs up. I have about an hour and a half till I head out to church. And I'm not sure what my morning holds. We have a vegetarian. Bison meat is so good. Yeah. When I was living in Yellowstone, we ate bison from time to time. I forget exactly what was different. I think I did a head-to-head taste test. I think I kind of preferred cow still. Maybe I felt a little uncomfortable eating bison because they were all over. Plus, I don't know, there's something about cow that seems, holy smokes, they're just sitting there almost waiting to be eaten. And again, I do feel bad for anything, if I thought about it, that we're eating. But I do think God put various animals on this planet to be eaten. Obviously, there's lions that eat things, gazelle and such. I don't know if lions catch gazelle. Maybe it's cheetahs that eat gazelle. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would I rate American education? Let's see. How would I rate American education on a scale of 1 to 10? Seven. Because I don't know that I'd want American education rated like you might rate the Chinese education or the education given in China as a 10. You know, but I don't know that I'd want us to be rated a 10. We've got a lot of low scores. People are saying -2, 3, 4 out of 10. Okay, what specifically don't you guys like for American education? Is it because the educational system is biased, are you saying? Or the political side of it? Or you can tell me, is it because they're promoting, I don't know, different stuff or less conservative stuff? I'm a little concerned with the youth of America and that society, although I struggle, and it's hard to me to talk with like my nieces and nephews who I wish would be chasing the American dream a little more, and I don't know, talk about getting married and having kids or getting a job or a career or a house or all the things I grew up. And part of me, because I spent the weekend with them, or at least Thanksgiving with them, is worried about them because it doesn't seem like any of them talk in that sort of way, like they have a plan, and the plan was getting married, having kids, or going to college, getting a job, getting married, having kids, buying a house, retiring, and going to live in Florida. And that was kind of the plan that was laid out for us all, and kind of all of our plans. And I have not lived the American dream. So I feel bad saying, hey guys, you know, what's your plan? When maybe I don't have a plan, if that makes sense. But I still want them to get some guidance from somebody other than me. Why am I not watching the game? What game are you referring to? It's 8:27 in the morning. Is Liverpool playing? Stevie K says the American dream is either dead or has changed completely. I can't tell. Okay, my brother Scott has 3 kids. And the 2 older ones went to college, now are both married, and one has 2 kids and one's recently married. So they're probably still living the American dream. The irony is they're half Vietnamese. But I see my nieces and nephews from my sister and my other brother, and they aren't, not only living the American dream, they almost don't even acknowledge a desire to have direction in any way. And I mean, maybe it's okay, and maybe I'm just old dude. Yeah, maybe I'm just an old fart that wants to tell kids how to be. And I don't want to tell kids how to be, but I don't know, I feel more responsible for them since I lost my sister maybe than I need to be, and want to have them going in the right direction, but they don't seem to, they're kind of just floating all over, and maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. And who am I to judge? So I struggle with those things. Because again, I did not plan to be in a 1-bedroom apartment, twice divorced with 4 beautiful kids, but I'm thankful for it. And maybe they're doing just fine. Oh. But I wonder. Somebody is seeing me online after a long time. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. When did you last see me online? What a glorious audience. 54 people watching, 61 thumbs up, and $1.99 in the kitty. I look like Hank Schrader. I learned that Hank Schrader's kind of a badass. To the point it got me wanting to watch the end of Breaking Bad, because Hank Schrader kicked some butt near the end. Somebody's saying you're not sure young people can hold a conversation in person these days. I didn't feel that, and there wasn't a ton of phones being used with my nieces and nephews. But I felt like there was such a disconnect, and maybe there always is. I mean, okay, and it's easy to not be disconnected from your daughters. But I strove to grab a hold of something, and it fell through my fingers when I was talking to them. Yeah. So maybe everything's okay. But again, I felt a responsibility that might not be mine. I mean, their dad's still alive. Their dad was right there. And if their dad isn't concerned isn't concerned with the way they're living their lives, so why should I be? And again, that might not be my place. And I'll tell you, I do it a lot. I feel pressure to fix the world, and maybe the world doesn't need fixed, and I should just do my best to make myself a little better tomorrow. You are glorious. You are all glorious. It's an amazingly glorious audience. I don't even know if we have Scott Baran or Julie Flanagan, but Scott hopped on very briefly and encouraged you to give some likes. Jim Rat was on for a while. Vader Kicks. We've had, if I didn't call this a glorious audience, I don't know when I would ever have the opportunity to use the term glorious when describing the audience. It is a glorious audience. All right, Julie Flanagan. I like it. She's one of my longest time listeners, but she's kind of quiet. Let's see. I'm pretty chill. Well, thank you. Please subscribe. By the way, well, I'm going to get a little more coffee. There's a chance, if enough of you subscribe to my show today, that we're going to hit 10,000 subscribers. I got to chill Santa. I wonder if I'm going to retire my show when I hit 10,000 subscribers. It's been out there. And as of last night, I think I had 9,977 subscribers. So I would need to have truly a glorious subscriber day to fly through 10,000. But 10,000 seems kind of cool. They asked me yesterday, again, the Christians at dinner, how many subscribers I have. And I go, well, all told, on the 3 platforms, like 75,000. And the woman whose birthday it was, whose name was Kathy. Do you know how our name was Kathy? Well, because I was eavesdropping through their conversation. Plus, I sang her happy birthday when we brought out the dessert. But anyway, I said, oh, just think how you could spread the word. And I go, well, I'm not like intentionally doing it. Do I ever spice it up and drink tea instead of coffee to throw out my audience? I wish I had some tea today. I have a bit of a cold. And tea would be good for me. If I go to church today, and I am going to church today. Do you see this guy down here? Is anybody new to my stream just hopping on right now? You see him. We all have a little Jesus with us today. It's hard to almost not give him. You hold him close enough and he's a big Jesus. Look at this. He's blocking out Ken. It is a tiny little Jesus. What coffee brand do I buy? Well, right now I have several bags of Starbucks. I'm drinking the pumpkin spice. I have a bit of a cold, so I'm not enjoying the coffee as much as I normally would, but it's still tasty. So we have a new viewer here. Please subscribe. Apparently, we're within 10 of getting 10,000 subscribers. I could almost keep this show going until I hit 10,000 subscribers. Tammy Riley said, "My little Jesus looks like a nice little edible biscuit." What kind of sick human are you, Tammy Riley? What kind of people? We talk about the American dream fading. Look at Tammy Riley looks at little Jesus as a little baby biscuit she wants to eat. He's not a biscuit. He's a little guy that brings smiles. Hello, Tammy Riley. I love you. He's not a Jesus biscuit. Stevie K official, I am not a little biscuit. You got a sweet tooth. It's funny. I was at my brother-in-law's on Thanksgiving. It was the day after, and we had cookies. By the way, my first ex-wife baked pumpkin bread, which was delicious, and cookies, which also were delicious, for our Thanksgiving feast. And that my daughters brought. But either way, one of my nephew's girlfriend also brought cookies, and there were some leftover cookies on Friday when we went back there, and I was eating a few and felt like I'd had enough, maybe too much sugar already. And my brother-in-law brought out this very expensive type of chocolate. I don't know what it was. I don't know what they called it, but it was like $20 for the bar. And it had like this pistachio cream, and he broke them up into smaller bites. And I said, "Oh, no, thank you. I've had too much sugar." I sat there and I went, huh. And then I had one, and then I had like 5. That's really the end of that story. Let's see. No, I know that biscuits are cookies in Britain. But Tammy is from Australia, and this doesn't look like a biscuit or a cookie. This looks like a little Jesus. Dubai chocolate. Is that what it was? I think it was. How'd you know it was Dubai chocolate? Jeannie says she loves pistachio, but you hate Dubai chocolate. Okay, Narinder knew it too. It was Dubai chocolate. It's all the rage in England? It was Dubai. Is it like from Dubai, like United Arab Emirates? I think that's where Dubai is. Is it from the Middle East or something? Narinder doesn't care for it. Narinder, are you still watching Columbo right now? I wonder why I find it so appealing, an Indian woman with a British accent. Maybe I should start a Match.com profile and be very specific in my wants for a woman. Maybe if you were very focused in your wants, if you knew what you wanted, and I don't know that I want an Indian woman with a British accent, but I find it appealing for some reason. Again, the surprise. And said, "Hello, I normally am into blondes. I'm gonna throw you all a curve. Maybe what I want is a British accent. And the ethnicity isn't that important." I mean, I don't know that I've come across very many Indian women at all in Appleton, Wisconsin, or British accents. So the odds of finding an Indian woman with a British accent in Appleton, Wisconsin might be a long shot. I might have to open it up again to, oh, any girl will do. You guys all knew about this Dubai chocolate. Again, I'd never even heard of it till Friday, and I chowed on it. Again, a glorious audience with 55 people watching, 66 thumbs up, and $1.99 in the kitty. Wait, there are literally hundreds of thousands of Indian girls here in Dubai with British accents. Are you in Dubai? And do you have Dubai chocolate? What are the odds that David Mitchell happens to be in Dubai and we're talking about Dubai chocolate? You were scrolling through vids and you came across me? Okay, it's gone viral there. Okay. All right, David heard me say Dubai. You want me to move to Dubai? You're chilling in bed in Dubai, and you heard me talking about Dubai chocolate, although I didn't even know. I just gorged on it. I think my daughter Morgan said she loves Dubai chocolate covered strawberries. Wait, you have a Indian British doctor in Duluth, Minnesota, and she's gorgeous. Is she single? Is she single? I mean, she might think she's too good for me because she's a doctor. But I'm not too far from Duluth. I drive up there and say, hello, my name's Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. I know you're a doctor, but I insist, because I asked you out, on paying. We can have coffee and biscuits, and this is baby Jesus. No, it's not baby Jesus, it's little Jesus. What do I do for work? And I'll let you know if Dubai is a good idea or not. Well, what I really... Of course she's single. How do you know of course she's single? I don't think I'm ready to date yet. I'm still not... I mean, I'm still focused on getting financially my feet under me. I was working all day yesterday and didn't really make any money. Maybe. Okay, David Mitchell said, Dubai is a wonderful place if you have the right skill set or want my own company. 0 taxes. Do they have coffee in Dubai? I would imagine, I bet you rent is pretty darn high in Dubai compared to Appleton, Wisconsin. Julie, would it be okay if I left my apartment here in Appleton and moved to Dubai for the British sounding Indian women? Oh, David's from Texas. Yeah, no, I live in Wisconsin. Julie wants rid of me. She wants me and my Bears blanket to go to Dubai. What time next week in the snow? Rich people. Mostly British and Indians. And I don't even know what that last word is. Yeah, no, okay, well, I feel bad about how much chocolate I ate. Yeah, how would my, Philippines are Pinays. Philippine women are good looking. Again, an interesting mix of Asian and Hispanic Philippine women. Huh. I'm probably not going to move to Dubai or the Philippines, but I am probably going to go to church this morning. Wonder if there'll be any Indian women with British accents at my church this morning, or Filipino women. Probably not. My great-grandmother was Filipino from Manila. Okay. I don't really think the ethnicity, but there was something about Narinder saying she's British Indian woman. It intrigued me. Again, I think it's just the surprise. I'm going to become against everything I've ever known. I've always been into blonde women. No more. I'm sorry, you blonde women. I know I'm going to break your heart. You thought you had a chance. Now it's just Indian and Filipino women with British accents. I do have a little crush, Julie Flanagan. By the way, Stevie K, are you still there? Have we crossed into 10,000 subscribers yet? I've made this an especially goal. If anybody knew what's happened on, hey, guy from Dubai, please subscribe to my show. We don't often talk about Dubai, but I'm right on the cusp of 10,000 subscribers. And if I'm sitting there at 9,998 or something today, I'll check in, and I might lose a few because somebody will come across a video that they don't like and maybe unsubscribe. I used to worry about that, but I go, well, get rid of them. Still at 9,999. Right on the cusp. Come to Saudi Arabia. What is the value of me in Saudi Arabia? Again, come to Dubai. How would I go to Dubai? How much does a plane ticket to Dubai cost? Does anyone know from Wisconsin? David Mitchell says, don't go to Saudi Arabia. Okay. How much can one of you Google what a plane ticket to Dubai costs? Do they have boneless couches in Dubai? I bet they do. Do they have Walmarts in Dubai? Somebody from Wisconsin here. They have Walmarts in Dubai? Because I would need my futon. I could deal with a different name. I mean, it would be interesting living in I probably couldn't afford anything in Dubai. But I wonder if just because I'd be a 6'2" white bald man, with, I could walk around and pretend I'm the Prime Minister of New Zealand. $300 to $500 one way to Dubai? So I could go to Dubai right now. Just throw in the towel for everything I'm battling for and move to Dubai. Checkmate. Until I spoke, I would be normal. $1,700 to $3,000 Appleton to Dubai. That's a lot more expensive. I could celebrate Christmas in Dubai. Fly out of Chicago. I certainly would fly out of Chicago if need be. Oh, somebody was quoting me an Appleton rate. Wow, the Appleton airport's just, I don't know, 5 miles away. I wouldn't be able to handle the heat. That is probably true. Do they have air conditioning in Dubai? Dubai is super wealthy. Is it United Arab Emirates? David Mitchell, you just happened to scroll through my channel by accident today. And now you and I are hanging around, cruising British-talking Indian women in Dubai. Narinder, this is your fault. You were scrolling through channels. And because we're talking about Dubai chocolate, you're here. You're engaged to a British-talking Indian woman? You may ask my age. Is she going to talk like a cowboy, David Mitchell? They don't have a sewer system in Dubai? Well, that doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't really care how the sewage gets removed as long as it gets removed. Kai Spirit guesses 53. That's a good guess, Kai Spirit. I am 57. All right. Well, yeah, you're booking from Appleton to Dubai, and I wouldn't need to fly from Appleton, although it would be easy to do. I mean, it seems fun to think about. What brought you to Dubai? Well, I don't know. I had a cold on a Sunday, and we were talking about Dubai chocolates. And some guy from Texas happened to be scrolling through my live stream, and he said how awesome Dubai is. And here I am. The bummer is I don't really like sand, and I like seasons and green. What the heck? I'm in the middle of the Sahara. It's kind of fun thinking about. It's kind of fun thinking about. We don't have to fly to Dubai to think about possibilities. Somebody mentioned their beautiful doctor in Duluth. You never know what the day holds. Yeah. This was a good show today. I enjoyed it. It was a fun audience. It was a glorious audience. It was an easy audience. Again, I wasn't feeling that good as I was getting out of bed, and I wasn't super excited about my coffee. But sometimes I think I run out of things to say because I don't talk about sobriety or mental health or divorce or financial highs and lows. But maybe I've worked through those issues, and we've moved on to finding Indian women with British accents and Dubai chocolate. I mean, I don't know. It sounds kind of fun though. Somebody subscribed and knows I'll reach 10,000 soon. Again, I'm hoping to reach 10,000 today. Is anybody out there not subscribed to my show? I'm a huge help with sobriety. Julie says I'll reach 10,000 today. Tammy's going to bed. Thank you for joining, Tammy. And don't forget, little Jesus loves you, Tammy. Thank you, AJ. Thank you very much for the $1.99, AJ. I really appreciate it. I really appreciated it. I will have a wonderful day. Thank you, Kiko. I hope you have a wonderful day as well. But it's 9 o'clock. Kind of, I mean, do you go to the gym? Is Gym Rat still there? Is Gym Rat still there? Do you go to the gym if you got a little bit of a cold? I mean, maybe I don't need to. Maybe I could rest today. But I have an hour. What do I do for a career? David Mitchell, I have 3 jobs. I was a stockbroker. I have a degree in finance. And I went into sales right out of college. I was a stockbroker. Did that for about 10 years. Became a realtor in 2005. Did that for 17 years. And left that during a painful divorce. And have kind of bounced around trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. I'm currently 57. I work as a bartender. I work as a waiter at a different place. I create content, and I have a 3rd job that I just started with that I'm enjoying a lot. But I am not sure what I want to do when I grow up, or what I would do if I went to Dubai. Bring my coffee show to the Middle East. I'm not yet grown up? No. Am I still somebody who enjoys real estate? David, I don't think I want to do sales anymore. I don't think I'm very good at sales. Again, just somebody was saying I should be a cop. I wouldn't want to pull anybody over and ticket them. I kind of want to hug everybody. Yeah, I don't feel like selling anybody or twisting any arms or talking to anybody into anything they don't want to. I think I'm pretty good at exposing different thoughts to people and maybe the soft sell. But I don't think I would succeed in sales. I don't think I'm that money driven, really. Am I serious about Dubai, or is it just talk? It's probably just talk. That got started because I was eating some Dubai chocolate the other day. Yeah. David, I don't know how old you are, but again, I went for money as a kid or when I was younger and didn't feel any great happiness from any money I got. I got to brag or something like that. Yeah, but I don't care a heck of a lot about it. Rebecca, you have a wonderful evening. I hope you get a good night's sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow. But anyway, it is Sunday morning. We have had what could only be described as a truly glorious audience today. And I want to thank you all so much for joining. We're on the cusp of 10,000 subscribers. And I don't know, it feels kind of good. Feels kind of good. But I appreciate you guys so much for hopping on this. Give you a little bit of, Again, you don't see much snow out there, but all the snow was pushed out of the parking lot. It's a snowy day here in Wisconsin, and it's a snowy Sunday, and I have a 10:30 service that I'm going to be early for today. Oh, that feels so good. I could probably take a bath before church. That might feel nice. Who knows? Who knows what the day holds? But I want to thank you so much for joining. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you're having a great, great weekend. I hope you had a great night's sleep. I hope you subscribe to my page and help me get to 10,000 subscribers today, tomorrow, or whenever I get there. It'll be fun. But I appreciate you guys for hopping on and being part of my show and spending a little bit of your Sunday morning with me. Hope you are feeling good. Hope you are loving yourself. Hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon.